Hey, y'all. It is me, and we are back again. It's me, Sonja, from SonjaWCoaching, and we are back again to make sure that you start off your week with a little less chaos, okay? So, as usual, we are here today and we are just waiting for the folks to come in. We are here to do five things, okay? Five things in 20 minutes. All right. We're going to get it done. We're going to talk about the good things that happened to us last week so that we can prepare and be excited about the week ahead. Then we're going to talk about, well, what's actually on the docket? What are the things that we have to get done today or this week? Not just today, but this week. Then we're going to break down an intentional living topic, something that's going to help each one of us just live out our days with a little less chaos. Because that's the whole point. I want you and me to one, get our weekly review together. But then two, that we actually are living our lives with a little less chaos, that we're being intentional with the moments that the Lord has given us, right? And then we're going to end out with prayer because I believe prayer is so important and so key to making sure that our lives are lived out with a little less chaos. I just think it's just so important, right? Just so important. Now listen, okay? We got a lot to talk about, okay? Because, child, life for me is crazy right now, okay? And we are trying to be intentional in our living in every area, all right? So let me tell you. Hold on one second. Who's texting me at this early morning? Oh, nobody important. But yes, so let me tell you, I got so much. Oh, wait, I'm hopping ahead. I'm going ahead. I'm going to the docket because I got so much going on. But let's do what I say is important and talk about the good things. Now, I've talked about this in so many different episodes of this podcast on my YouTube channel, in my other videos. And the key thing to honestly starting off anything well is to actually be in the right frame of mind. And one thing that helps you be in the right frame of mind is being thankful. I talked about that last week, but then also just remembering the good things, the things that you've accomplished, the things that were just a good moment for you. And the whole point to this segment of the podcast, which is the good thing, is that we're actually paying attention to that, that we're actually taking a moment to realize, oh, last week wasn't that bad. So that means this week probably won't be that bad. Maybe. I don't know. So if you're catching the replay, if you're catching me on Spotify later this week, make sure that you write in the comments a couple of good things that happened to you the week previous. So for me, let me tell you, what was good for me? Two things: Catalyst and doing absolutely nothing on Saturday. Okay. So if you follow me last week, if you caught me last week, then you already know that I was outside the weekend before, and I was so tired. It was so awesome. Had a grand time. It was great. But your girl was tired. So this week, she did nothing on Saturday. I literally just laid in bed. My church has something, they have like Saturday morning prayer. So I streamed Saturday morning prayer in bed. I don't typically do that, but this Saturday, that's what I did. Then I prayed. Then I watched a couple of shows. I watched the Martha Stewart documentary. Martha was that girl. I don't care what nobody say. Martha was that girl. Okay. Now, granted, she may not have been the most perfect person. I don't think any of us are, but I think she knew what she wanted and she ran for it. Right. So that's besides the point. It's a great documentary. You should go watch it. Okay. And what else did I do? I prayed, I wrote, I just sat in the couch. I took a nap. Like, it was amazing. It was amazing. And then two other things happened. One, I got to see my coworkers. So I typically work remote. But this week, we had a farewell party for one of our team members, one of my team members, and it was really good. It was bittersweet because it was a farewell party, but it was a good time because I got to see a lot of my coworkers that I haven't seen in a very long time. Because you see them on the screen and all that kind of stuff, but you don't see them in person, right? So that was really, really good. And then finally, Catalyst on Friday. So my church has something called Catalyst, which is our night of miracles, and it's an extended time of worship. And let me tell you, oh, it was so good. It was so good. It was everything that I needed. Okay. And check it out. If y'all should watch the episode, watch not the episode, but the message. It was top tier. I may try to put the link in if I remember, but top tier. It was just the galvanization that I needed to keep going in this season, because we're going to talk about it in the docket in about 2 seconds. But y'all, this season is crazy for me. And it's going to be me using all of these skills that I'm teaching y'all about and talking to y'all about of intentional living that's going to keep me, because y'all, it's crazy out here. So let's get into the docket. Okay. Let's talk about the docket, because I don't know about y'all's docket. I don't know what happens for y'all during the holidays, but everything seems to be due during the holidays. And no matter how you prep, it's still crazy. So for me, listen, what's on the docket? Everything. Everything is on the docket. Every single thing is on the docket. Yeah. Yeah. So pray for your girl, because I'm gonna need it. All right. I got trainings to do. I have interviews to get done for people because I am hiring some folks. I got to figure out this new streaming system. Oh, I need to tell y'all. So if y'all watch me on YouTube and Facebook, some changes are gonna happen. Okay. After this podcast, this is the last podcast that I'm gonna be definitely streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. And I'm moving to a new system. Because this current system, listen, they trying to charge a whole arm and a leg that I was not ready to pay. And I found another system that seems to be better and free. So I just have a little learning curve. So if you watch me on Facebook, if you're watching me right now on Facebook, I may not be here next week. So make sure that you are watching me on YouTube. Subscribe so that you can get the latest updates, okay? And if you catch me on Spotify, I'm still going to be there, but don't you want to see the antics? Don't you want to see me laughing? Don't you want to see me doing all the crazy things that I'm doing? Because I'm sure you're laughing as you're listening, but if you were able to see me as well, oh, it would be hilarious, okay? I'm just letting you know. But anyway, yeah, I'm trying to figure out this new streaming system. And so things are probably gonna look a little bit different, but they're still gonna be awesome. Matter of fact, they might be better. And I'm actually really excited about this, because I think this switch over is gonna push me to try to like do some new things and make it like even better. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited. So if you're catching me on Facebook, please holler at me at YouTube, SonjaWCoaching, the same name everywhere. Okay. And then also I'm cooking for Thanksgiving. My family does it like potluck style. So I'm only doing like one or two dishes. Definitely one. I gotta go back and look at the list and see what else is left and see what's going on. I may add something else to it. But y'all, and I'm working. Listen, because I'm gonna be out the last 2 weeks of the year. I can't wait. But that means I have no leave. Yes, girl, I'm cooking. Now listen, it ain't that much, okay? I ain't fancy. I ain't doing all the big stuff, okay? But I do got a little something that I do every year, you know. But y'all, listen. Pray for your girl, because everything is on the docket this week. So what's on y'all's docket? Is everything on the docket for you too? Is it? I don't know. Is it? Hopefully we'll be able to walk through these 3 weeks together, these last couple of weeks of the year together, as we walk through all of the things that have to get done before the end of the year. Okay. I'm going to show you how I intentionally live through it. Now, you going to walk with me? You going to make sure you got that done? Okay. All right. Well, anyway, So we walked over the good things. We talked about the docket. And now we're going to break down the last cheat code. Okay. The last cheat code that I'm going to talk about, because there's actually lots of cheat codes to living intentionally. And I only broke down 3 this month, right? And I'm probably going to come back in the new season with more, but we only broke down 3 this month. And the last one is review. Regular review. And that's what we do every single week. And more importantly, what we do on a bigger scale every month, right? And that's why I wanted to talk about review at this point, because as you know, if you've been following me for a while, we do our monthly review every single month. And if you're on my subscriber list, you're going to get an email today about the 4 steps of review. Now, I'm not going to break down the 4 steps today, but I wanted to talk about the importance of review and talk about this acronym that I've come up with that I've been living by for a while called RARE. Being rare, because review is a rare, I was gonna say rare commodity, but that's not the right word. A rare, what's the word I want? Not a lot of people review, okay? A rare skill. There we go. And that's why I have this podcast, because I want people to understand that when you have a reviewed life, you have a life that you are intentional about. You have a life that does not always surprise you, because life surprises you all the time, right? But you have an understanding of what you desire, your values. You have a desire, you have an understanding of your schedule, you have an understanding of who you are, so that when life actually does surprise you, when life comes at you fast, it doesn't totally knock you out. It doesn't totally throw everything away, right? Because you have your systems together. You have an intentional way of living that will help you weather storms. Because that's the whole point to this whole thing, is that you're building out your intentional life so that when life does surprise you, it doesn't throw you for a complete loop. Now, anything can happen in life, right? But I'm trying to get all of us to a point where our intentional actions help us move forward. Okay. So we're here at the end of the month. So we're going to talk about this acronym that I have called RARE, being rare. Okay. So how do you become rare? You, number 1, are review regularly. So this podcast is surrounded around or created around the idea of a weekly review, right? That's one amount of review that you should be doing. But honestly, there's even more that can happen in your life. You really should be reviewing your day. You should be reviewing your week, your month, your quarter, and your year, right? When you review your day, you're just looking at the couple of tasks that you said you wanted to get done. You're making sure that those got done, or maybe they didn't, right? And you're reviewing that day to see, well, what do I need to do for the next day? Did I not hit all of my goals for this day? Okay, what needs to change for the next day, right? Then your weekly review, that's you coming here at 7 a.m. on Mondays to, to review what happened in the week before and then prepare yourself for the week ahead, right? You're looking at your whole week. You're saying, okay, I had these 3 big things that were going to move my goals forward. Did I get them done? No, dang. What do I need to change in this new week? That's the whole point to this review. You're taking a time to one, get your mind frame correct, right? For with looking at the good things. Then you're actually listing out those docket items. What is on the docket for your life this week? And then you're taking the time to figure out, well, where does it fit? What needs to change so that I can make sure these things happen, right? That is a weekly review. Then you do it on a bigger scale on the quarters. And I have something called the reset that you can do right now. Matter of fact, there's a link below. But that reset allows you to reset your whole quarter. Figure out, okay, I had these couple of goals. And if you follow me long enough, you've heard me talk about how we should break up our goals into chunks over the year, right? We may have 2 or 3 goals that we're only looking at in a quarter. over having a whole set of 10 that we want to see done in a year. We may look at those things and make a decision about one, what's going to stay, what's going to go, what lessons can I learn from what happened this past quarter, and then what am I going to do for this new quarter to transform my life. And then you're doing it at an even bigger scale every year, where you're taking a look at your whole year. You're seeing all the good things that happened in your life over that year. You're looking at your pictures. You're looking at your calendar. You're looking and asking God, well, what happened? You're looking for lessons that you can learn from what happened in the new year. And then you're planning, you're dreaming big for the new year. And I'm going to actually talk about that a little bit next month, when we're going to be talking about a series of building your life. We're going to talk about goals. We're going to talk about life planning, or what I like to call dream activation. We're going to talk about all those different things in the next series next month. But the whole idea of intentional living starts with a regular review. All right. So review regularly. Then the second letter in this being rare system is activate. You're actually taking a moment to activate your goals and your actions. So you're creating activation points for different areas of your life. So for instance, if you said you want to run every morning, right? That's your goal for the next, I don't know, 3 months. Well, now it's time to activate that goal. What do you need to do to make sure that you do it? Is it putting your shoes at your bedroom door? Is it setting out your clothes every night? Or you said that you wanted to read a book, read one book every month. Well, what do you need to do to activate that goal? Do you need to set an alarm to say, okay, it's time to sit down and read? Do you create a moment or a calendar invite every lunchtime to say, all right, I'm going to read for a half an hour at lunch? You activating your goals, activating your actions will help you get them done. For me, what I do, this watch right here, this watch I got, helps me with everything. Okay. It wakes me up. It tells me it's time to pray. It tells me it's time to it's time to shower. It's time to work out. Like this clock, I set alarms to push me to activate what I want to get done. Right. So, regular review, activate. And then the third thing in this being rare system is reward. You got to reward yourself. Now, this is something that even I struggle with. I know it's important. I do. I know it's important. But I'm the type of person that will get stuff done and go to the next. But what I've realized is that the longer that I spend just going, the slower I get. The more or the less excited I get about the things that I do. So I try very hard to incorporate review and also rest. I might update that to add in maybe reward and rest. Maybe look, we changing stuff in the acronym right now. Reward and rest. I really take rest seriously, and I also am starting, I ain't gonna lie, to take reward seriously. And these are really key things in keeping you moving, because life can come at you fast. There's so many things to happen. Like if you hey y'all now coming in, how y'all doing? But I already talked about how I got everything on the docket during the docket section, right? Segment. And the only way that I'm making it through this current season of my life is that I am taking rest seriously. So I mentioned that 2 weeks ago I was outside, right? Well, this past weekend, I made sure that I had some extra rest, that I took time to sleep, right? Other times I've made sure that I've put blocks in my calendar to make sure that I'm able to reset my mind. Oh, I have been chatting, y'all. It is we've been here for 20 minutes. Let me get moving. But I'll talk more about this probably in the new year, breaking down this need for regular rest and reward. My reward for the end of this year is going on vacation at the end of the year. Okay. That's where my eyes are looking. I'm working hard for that vacation. Okay. And then the final letter in this is evaluation. It's so important that you actually evaluate what you are doing. And it's different from review, because review, you're just looking and seeing what's going on. Okay, I got to get this done, I got to get that done, let's move and get it done, right? But evaluation takes those items and says, okay, I did all of this stuff, but was it effective? Do I need to change up my system? Is the way that I'm activating my goals or my actions still useful for me? Is this goal still something that I want? All four of these things that I've talked about: regularly review, activate, reward, and rest, and evaluation, are key in intentional living. It's in key in making sure that you review your life. Okay. So, all right, y'all, we are done. We were chatting. I can go on about this stuff, okay, because I find it so fascinating and so important. But we're going to end, okay? We're going to end. So today we are going to end with our prayer as usual, our Dreamboost prayer, because we want to make sure that we end out this week, or start this week well. Let's go. Lord, help us to review our lives rightly. Show us the places where we won so that we can have confidence to keep going. And remind us of our why, our desires, and our goals so that we can keep moving forward towards the dreams that you place there. All right, y'all. Well, that was it. That's all I got for you today. I was a little chatty Cathy because we are now at 21 minutes. I promised you 20 minutes, and I'm sorry. But I get really excited about being rare. Okay. So, anyway, y'all, see y'all next week when we talk about how to build your life. All right. Bye, y'all.